What's up, Big Yumbo here. Today I'm just going to show you everything that is in my car. It's all stuff that's been thrifted over the last like 2.5 days. I didn't really have a full day on Tuesday, but you know, I'll just show you everything I got. I think there's some cool stuff, some not so cool stuff, and yeah, it's actually a pretty nice day outside, so I'll just do it outside. Alright. And I don't want to edit this video, so I'm just gonna have to keep talking and not shut up. Alright, went on a little road trip yesterday. Got some cool jackets. This one looks like some sort of casino giveaway. I think it's all cotton on an old Talon zip. $10. Sportsmaster. Could be 60s, could be 70s. Actually, probably 60s. This is like a cool flocked print. But I mean, the actual print is not that cool. But the way in which it was made is cool. Here's one I got out of a Goodwill. 20% off of $17.99, which is pricey for this because of all this terrible embroidery. But it's on there loose enough that I should be able to just get it off with a seam ripper. But the reason I grabbed it basically because it's selvage. It is a Maverick jacket. And if I can get it all off and get it looking nice, I'll probably just keep it. What else we got? I found a bunch of these guys. Probably 80s. Kind of like satin bombers. Maybe late 70s. I don't know. When is that truck from? You could probably date it by that truck. It's on an Ideal zipper. Can you see that? Oh yeah, you can see pretty good. $10. Got some Western Rise pants. I don't know if these are still as good as they used to be, but 20% off of $7. These used to be like $45 pants. Western Rise. These ones are sick. I think these are 40s or 50s. They're gabardine. They even say Gab on them, which is sick. Size 36, 33. They probably measure more like a 33 in the waist, maybe a 34. And they're kind of baggy with the... I'm going to keep these. I might even just like wear them as casual. Kind of like pants. They're sick. So, I don't know. When is this tag from? Mike in Mexico? Can you please let me know? I'm guessing 50s. Because on the 40 stuff, it's usually just printed on the material. And 60 stuff is just easy to read. These are probably like marching band pants or something. Super sick. Let's make sure we're recording still. Yeah, we're recording. What do we got? We got some Bryn Walker linen pants, wide leg. I was walking by the ladies section. I always just look for like the wide legs sticking out for like flares or wide legs or bell bottoms. Because those typically sell if they're like a good brand, good material. And Bryn Walker, I looked up at the bins a couple weeks ago, and their pants still do good. Probably like $40 pair of pants. Here's another one of those jackets. I think there's like a... I have no idea. Maybe it's a car club or a film studio. This one looks like an 80s like Michael Jackson type jacket. I like the embroidered car on the back. And it had a little note in there too, in the pocket. I have no idea. You can barely see it on there. It's like a diagram. Got some marine layer joggers for 20% off of $7. Probably $15 to $20 item. Cool flannel, 20% off of $9. Another one of these 80s jackets for $10. This one's probably the ugliest of the bunch, but I just like the chain stitch Allen on there. These are a banger. These were, I don't know, $2 or something like that. We got the Andy Irons Rising Sun board shorts. It's called the Rising Sun. It's a good keyword for that. Or Andy Irons. Vintage Surf, Y2K. Those are probably, I don't know, Bid Stitch just posted these, so they're, and literally the same day I founded them, so, literally the same day I found them, pretty much the exact same ones Bid Stitch posted, so these ones will probably run up pretty high. I'm going to probably list them for like $200, just because of their cultural relevance right now. We have some 80s stay pressed, like 517 boot cuts. So like a $25, $30 thing, depending on the size, really. All right, we got some more stuff. We got a lot of stuff. Well enough for a little video. We got a big dog shirt. I've sold this same exact shirt before, multiple times for anywhere from like $25 to $50. This one is 100% rayon, and it's big dogs. I found this shirt from like Dragonfly, you know, all the gaudy camp shirt brands from like late 90s Y2K era. This is a Japanese brand. I found these and I was like, oh, no fucking way, dude. Because I thought they were like OG 107s with the side adjuster, which are the older, better ones. But, bro, these kids are just riding around on electric dirt bikes. They should all be arrested. Like, you just ride a motorcycle down the sidewalk because it's electric. It's insane. Anyways, yeah, they're made in Japan. They are a kind of like a repro of the oldest OG 107 like sateen pants because they have the adjuster there on the side. But I thought that's what these were, and I was super hyped. But no, they're just a Japanese brand. Still probably good. Still probably like a $50 to $100 thing. We got some Carhartt pants. They're not double knees or anything, but I've sold these exact ones many a times. They're kind of a cool style. Cargos, ripstop. We got a 90s Levi's shirt, just a button up. This is one of their 90s tags, and usually it'll say the date on this little white thing here on the side, but this one is faded out. We have some OG 507 pants. These aren't the best ones because they don't have the patch pockets on the front. I think they stopped doing that in like the mid 80s, but these pants, I do this as the first photo because they have the nice cool lattice pockets here. Yeah, they still sell for like $30. OG 107 better than OG 507 because OG 507 is polyester, and polyester sucks. What do we got here? Looks like some 80s 501s. So that's gonna be your late 70s to early 80s tag. And then you can see this one is 83. Can you see that? 532 is probably the factory. Yep, see? So the date's usually on the same line as the factory code. But these ones don't say 501 on the tag. Although they are button. They're 40502. So these are a 502, which is weird because a 502 is supposed to be a zip fly, tapered leg. It's like a 501 with a zip fly, basically. But these have a button fly. But they're a white tab, which is their slim fit line. And they have a weird leather patch. They're definitely 100% legit, but they're just a weird pair of jeans. And then I have another identical pair of, I'm probably just going to call them 501s in the listing. Because they're not, even though they are a white tab, they're really not slim fit. They're probably wider leg than a 501. And they're button fly. So I'm just going to call them 80s 501s. 502 question mark, even though they're not really 502. Here is, I found this brand multiple times in things that are not selvage jeans. But fortunately this time they were selvage jeans. So I think these go for like 75 to 100, something like that. The brand is Hiroshi Kato. Yeah, and you just, the material does not feel great, to be honest. It's because they're a polyurethane. They're 80. Yeah, they're a polyurethane blend. Can't really do the math on that, but I guess 98% cotton. I don't know. They're weird jeans and they're salvage. What is this, an 80s Wrangler? A lot of this Goodwill stuff's 20% off. It's made in USA, maybe 70s. A lot of the 80s ones are made in Korea. So that could be a 70s one. We got a Arrow loop collar camp shirt. I love these. It's not the Arrow shirt you're really looking for, which would be, you know, one of those like shadow plaid flannel ones. What are they called? I would pop it up, but I'm not going to edit this video. They have like a specific style name for them. I'd love to find one of those, but never found one. That's probably like a $50 shirt though. And then just a probably 70s like polyester blend camp shirt for another 20% off, $4. Those sell for like 20 bucks. Anytime they say of California, I usually just grab it. That stuff always sells, and it's kind of like a marketing scheme that they did in that time period. We just have a pair of probably 80s like M81 pants. I think they say 82. It's like a $15 to $20 thing. Not great. But I was road tripping, so I was just trying to kind of grab everything I could, make it worthwhile. Just a day trip. I didn't really go anywhere for very long. Some more stuff. Some New tags, 511 shorts for $7. For $3, we got a bum equipment shirt. This one's cool because it's not on a bum tag, it's on a jerseys tag. Super like paper thin. I don't know if you can really tell from here, but cool surf shirt. What do we got? Some 511 pants. Got these at a random tiny thrift store. For 511 pants, all the ones that have like a like if you find the shit, what are they called? TDU pants? What are they called? There's one that you find everywhere, and those ones suck. I grabbed the more modern ones that have like this stretchy polyester panel right here. And typically, if you look up those ones, you're gonna go. Well, the tag's cut out of this one, but if you go on these, that one's got an older tag. So for a newer tag, oh, here's a newer tag. If you go under this tag, and then it pretty much always starts with a 7. So this will be 740033724. If you look that up on there, like newer pants with that stretchy panel, typically, and then you put the size, you want a smaller waist, longer inseam, usually, or just longer inseam in general is going to be good. And usually, if you do that, the sell-through rate's going to be pretty great. Here's another New Tags one for $8. This is not a good brand, but it's a good style. It is Cinch, but it's a whatchamacallit, a sawtooth denim pearl snap. So good style. There's another weird jacket. $6. Another one from Allen. What's the tag on this guy? Don Allison Athletic. Yeah, probably 80s, yeah. I like this one though. It's got a cool collar on it. Oh shit, sorry. Kind of Raiders colors. What does it say? Whose life is it anyway? Weird jacket. Isn't there a TV show called Whose Line Is It Anyway? Got a Kith shirt for $3. That's probably a $20 thing. These are sick. We got some bell bottom. Probably 70s. Levi's corduroys. I'd say probably 70s because tags cut out. But yeah, they're like a men's, pretty big size with a super wide leg opening. I'll probably list those for like $75 to $100. because they're probably like 646 bell bottoms. We got a rain spinner shirt for 20% off of 10. That's gonna sell for like 25 to 30 bucks. Alright, it's got some more stuff. More 511 pants, new tags for 8 bucks. Bad Birdie shirt, 20 or 25% off of 12. Not great, but I've sold this print before. Like Texas Southwestern themed prints do good. Western shit is hot right now. Paradise Found shirt, rayon, 5 bucks. This one is not old, but if it were like December right now, this would probably sell instantly for like 60 bucks. It's a denim Sherpa lined chore coat from Lee. Probably just list it and then delist, relist it when winter comes around for more money. Let's see. Got some modern Nike like cargo tapered track pants. Those sell for 25 bucks. Another rain spinner shirt. Probably 20% off of 10. A polo hoodie. 20% off of 16. Paid way too much for that. Must have been in a good mood. It's like a $30 thing. It all averages out. Alright, got some more stuff. Got a nice smart wool vest. Super thick wool on this one. What do we got on there? 8 bucks. A modern Nike thing. Excuse me. For all this modern Nike junk, I just, I'm thirsty. If you know, under like 8 bucks, I'll grab it and just throw it up for like 25. I gotta get something to drink real quick. Hold on. I guess I can still talk because I got the mic on. So, going into the house, looking for my water. I can't find my water jug, so I'm gonna go to the fridge. And should I get a Gatorade? No, I'm gonna get a bubbler. A Polar Premium Seltzer. Natural, calorie free. Alright, here we're going back outside. Alright, what else we got? Some Y2K straight leg sweatpants, like a heavy cotton. I grabbed these from Aeropostale, Abercrombie, Hollister. These are good, especially during the winter. Not as good right now, but those will be a $25 to $30 thing. Got some Polar Ralph Lauren, cargo joggers for don't know what price. They're from Goodwill, so probably 8 bucks. Ah, these ones are cool. Some for 20% off of $7.79. Polar Ralph Lauren cargos with like extra little cool like stash pockets. There's like, look how many pockets are on these things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. With already, like there's at least 10 or 12 pockets. We've got some outdoor research shorts. These are probably, I think they're called like Feroci. If you find the pants are really good. I don't know about the shorts, but I think they're called the Feroci. And they are, well, that style from Outdoor Research is good. Got some Y2K Quicksilver cargos. Dude. Savers is pricing up the shorts. 10% off of 10. I think these ones were like 10% off of 13. These are made in Hong Kong, so they are in fact vintage. It's probably list those for like 30 bucks. This brand is, I posted on my Instagram. There's sold comps for like $200 for these exact pants. Multiple sold comps. There's two for like 200, and then it drops down to like 120. But paid $8 at Goodwill. The brand is called 1620. And I feel like I've seen it before. And I'm sure you feel like you've seen it before too. It just looks like one of those cheap brands. Made in USA. This one also had $200 sold comps. I had to pay $15 for it. And it's in shitty condition. So also I've been like, oh, if it goes for $200 in good condition, maybe I can get $50 in shitty condition. The company, but if you do see this one, it's also worth grabbing just for the learning experience for you. Dragonwear FR fleece. And it's got this bullshit on the back as well, which also probably decreases the value, but we'll try it out. Another reseller in the thrift store gave me this one. It's a Polo Ralph Lauren, kind of like a fleece-lined windbreaker. $15, but and it's got some pilling on the collar I gotta shave off. But it has a packable hood, so it's kind of like a parka. Probably $45 thing. If we get that pilling off. Shout out to Tice. That's her name. Got this on a new rack in the Goodwill. QU. Don't know about this specific item, but I mean, pretty much everything I've ever sold for them has gone for, you know, at least over $40, usually more. We got some Marpat pants, $25. More 511. I sell a lot of 511. I think it's probably one of the most underrated brands of all time. See, they got that side stretch thing. Those are $8. Some Rock Revivals for $20 I paid. I just sold a pair this morning for, I think, $45. I think these ones are boot cut, so yeah, they're boot cut. So I'll probably price them for like $85. So I like when the Goodwill, you know, prices this stuff up because, you know, your average Joe might go in there and be like, oh my God, these prices are outrageous. But then I'm like, it kind of just holds it for me when I get there. You know what I mean? So you can't really buy your bread and butter stuff for, I hate that term, bread and butter. I don't know why I hate it, but I do. Can't really buy that stuff for $20, but when they price all the Levi's for $20 like they do, then those USA 501s are just going to be there still for $20 because nobody's checking for those except for the resellers. And then a lot of the resellers are like, $20? It's like, yeah, I mean, you get like 50 to 75 on a 90s pair, so it's a good deal. Radical, cool Radical pants, $8. It's probably a $35 guy. Some Prana pants. I think these are the Bryon pants, which I keep buying Prana, even though it just doesn't sell for me. They're pants, but everyone's like, oh, they sell. I'm like, okay. I should probably look up. So the Zion has a cargo pocket here, and it's belted. The Bryon is not belted and does not have a cargo pocket. That's how you tell the difference. And the Bryon is worse than the Zion. Getting more stuff. I think we're almost done here. And then I've got a best of the best category over here. Ooh, sorry guys. We got a Patagonia Capilene shirt, $6, like a little $20 thing. Pair of navy type 3 pants. Some say this is what the SEALs wear. Some say they wear multicam. I don't know. I've never been in the SEALs. These are missing a button, unfortunately. If they weren't missing a button, they would be a $75 pair of pants, but they're missing a button, so I'll have to sew one on. Paid $5 for those. This one, in the thrift, I showed it to this other guy, and he was like, Y2K guy, and he was like, cool, man, yeah, I saw that. I was like, check this one out. This one's sick, right? And he was like, yeah, cool, man. But I knew it was French because it said feels And I know that means something in French because I took French in college. Tous les garçons et les filles du ménage se promènent dans la rue du Pardieu. Tous les garçons et les filles du ménage savent bien ce que c'est d'être heureux. Et les yeux dans les yeux, et la main dans la main. That's Francois Hardy. It's missing some buttons. I saw a comp when I grabbed it. Maybe Feels Garçons is boys and Feels is girls. Oh, is it a women's? I don't know. But a lot of sold comps are like 200 to 300. It's a like French motorcycle jacket from the 30s or 40s. It's super heavy canvas, missing a lot of buttons. But I saw a comp when I was in the store for like $1,400, but I couldn't recreate finding that comp when I got home. A Stussy button up, probably like a $15 to $20 thing. These I had left. I posted them on my Instagram, Yumbo Co. Follow me on Instagram, Yumbo Co. And I didn't grab them. And then I went back and grabbed them when they were half off, which I don't usually do, because they're like backwards carpenter jeans, right? And they're pretty baggy. I think the leg opening's probably 10 inches. But they're made by BET, Black Entertainment Television. See, they originally had them for 13 bucks. So I got them for like 7. I don't know. They're interesting. I'm going to keyword them crisscross. That's what Vintage Vegas told me. Noah. We got some USA 501s. These ones are going to be a later one. 98. These basic modern LL Bean, like pullovers with the quarter snaps, quilted. If they got like a nice Patagonia-esque logo, I'll usually grab them. They sell for like 20 to 30, relatively quickly. We got a Ireland rugby jersey. I grab all the rugby jerseys, unless they're from just the most awful brand on the planet. But this one's good because it's got a team on it. So sometimes the ones with teams or sponsors, they'll go for like over 100. I grab and sell a lot of rugbies. Go look at my solds. Go look at my solds. All right, we're getting down to the last of it here. I'm really proud of myself for making a YouTube video. I didn't want to. I haven't wanted to for like 2 weeks. Got a little stressed out of the drama after the drama of the last video. But we've made it through the fire. My friend gave this one to me in the thrift the other day. What a nice guy. Thank you, Shy. Because I said, I've had a bad day, and he just gave it to me. His name is Island with a Z, Retro on Instagram. Go follow him. He likes shirts, particularly music shirts. This one, I don't know. I thought it was like by Barbara Streisand at first, but it's actually I think it's like a British show. He found 2 of these. The other one he found, she was chugging a handle of vodka, and it was super faded out. It was actually a really sick shirt. This one's a little more mid, but he told me that the cleavage would sell this one. It's on a Winterland tag. It's single stage. $7, 20% off of 7. Made in USA. I don't know. I think there are some comps of shirts with that lady. It says I'm thin and gorgeous, which I actually quite like. Let's see. I can't really read the little code there. We got some, these are actually made in USA, which was kind of weird because they look pretty new. Some Wrangler carpenter jeans. Big size. Gonna call them baggy. 38, 32. Probably will measure like a 36, 31. Made in USA. I don't know. They'll probably sell for $25 or so. Some Marriott jeans. They're from Savers, so they're 20% off of 15. Or no, not Savers. From a secret thrift store. Not on sale, so I guess I paid $15 for them. Probably like a $35 pair of jeans. They're perfect condition. Are they boot cut? Yeah, they're boot cut, so they're better. Maybe $40. I don't know. Got some Levi's, it looks like. Some 522s. This is a women's. Must have been desperate for this. Ooh. 1996. Kind of a... They're a big size. I don't know if I've ever sold big size women's Levi's. Those suck. These are sick though. And I paid up on them. 20% off of 17. But I love South Pole. Another reseller guy in there. Andrew. He said he passed on them. And I said I'll grab those all day for that price. Super baggy. They got embroidery on the pocket and they're cargo denim. True jorts. Kids are calling all shorts jorts right now, which is weird. Jorts means jean shorts, if you didn't know, kids. But so they got to be denim to be jorts. We got some EB66 Eddie Bauer pants. Ooh, we got a nice little breeze coming in here. Ooh, it feels good. It's cool out. It's like 100 degrees. It's been much hotter than that this past month. Yeah, these will do well. Got some diesel jeans. 20% off of 20. They're like brand new though. They're Vikers. Let me know. Is that a bad deal? 16 bucks for some Vikers that are like brand new. Got some retro rifle. Paid a lot on this. I must have been desperate. 20% off of 16 bucks. But retro rifle, I think the sell-through rate's still over 100% on their shirts. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that 100% thing anymore. I'll say the sell-through rate's really good. A lot of controversy around sell-through rate math in the YouTube community right now. Yeah, they just make Hawaiian shirts with guns on them. It's probably like a $35, $40 shirt. Got some bird dog shorts. Are these even good anymore? 20% off of $8. Gonna have to start looking things up again. Every like 6 months or so, you gotta kind of reinvestigate everything you thought. This was on sale. I think it was 20 or 15% off of $4.50. It's just a nice little wall maker waistcoat, like Western style. Frontier vest. Those sell for like 30 bucks. I'd say 25 to 40 really, because sometimes you find a really cool one and they sell for more, and then sometimes they just don't sell. You got to mark them down quite a bit. Got a polo. God, this thing reeks of cologne. $7. Polo Ralph Lauren, 100% linen, I'm guessing. Sorry. Yeah, it's 100% linen. Don't know why we had to look at the tag. What is this? This one's kind of a gamble. $15. But I've sold some Maceo stuff for a lot. And this one is a Maceo MGM Grand. Once again, could have just looked it up. Didn't. So that usually happens. Fuck. Everything fell on the ground. Oh, and there's a lot of scorpions out here. So, can't have things falling on the ground right now. What's up, neighbor? Yeah, I could lose money on this one. Who knows? There's newer tags at least. It's Maceo. Maceo's good. That's how I say it. Maceo. But it's got a making me rethink my whole life. That's the thing about, doing YouTube. It like keeps you honest with yourself. You're like, okay, why did I buy this? Because you have to show everybody, and it's embarrassing that you bought something for $15 that potentially sucks, and you didn't look it up. That's what's cool about doing YouTube. It's also cool, you meet a lot of people. Shout out Laura. She recognized me in the thrift yesterday. Wall maker, we got a wall maker. I call these granddad shirts or grandpa shirts. That's when they it's kind of like a Henley with a band collar. Like you can imagine, like back in the 1800s, maybe your grandpa was wearing this. It's called a granddad shirt or a grandpa shirt. And those sell for like 35 bucks. As wall maker. Once again, anything else in here? All right, what else we got? Okay, this is like, I just grabbed some things that I have acquired over the last month that I thought were pretty cool, that are worth showing. So that I'd have, because I didn't remember if anything in the car was really that cool. This one I bought from a fellow local reseller. It is a Grateful Dead like parking lot bootleg shirt from '93 on like some old cheap screen printer tag, single stitch. I like the guy on the front, that's why I bought it. And I've kind of been just collecting Grateful Dead shirts and Jerry Garcia shirts. Even though, like, why am I doing that? I don't know. Well, because the prices have kind of gone down on all the Grateful Dead stuff, and I can kind of buy it now. This one's super sick. From another local guy. And at first I thought this thing on the back was, like, not that cool. Okay, I got this from Slex Pulls. I feel like I should shout people out. Slex Pulls. Nice guy. And this one is from Island Retro. Killer deal on this one, by the way. But it's like super sheer. I don't know if you can see. It's like see-through, damn near. And this shirt, you can find it online in the color red quite a bit. Well, not quite a bit. It's pretty rare, even in red, right? But in black, it's like non-existent. It's from 81, I think. Well, this thing says 81. And this is an 80s screen guard tag. But this, which I thought was not cool, actually is cool. Shout out Catch a Fade Vintage. He told me it was cool. Because it's like I thought this was a church thing. Am I just rambling right now? Just trying to fill time? No, it's not a church thing. It's an arcade. So like back in the day, if you wanted to play some Donkey Kong, you'd have to go to the arcade. Right? You couldn't just play it at home. So this is super sick. And I'll be keeping both these shirts. This one's a mystery from Mike in Mexico. I couldn't figure out what these ones were. I haven't found these before. They're definitely, I would say 60s or before. Like, I thought first I was like, oh, they're nice, some jungle pants. They're not jungle pants, right? Like Vietnam's. Whoa, what does that say? Huh, this says number 9785. So maybe these are from an auction or something. Looks like an auction lot number. The zipper we have is one of the big old, like Bell. God, I'm burping a lot. I'm so sorry. One of the big old Bell Talon zippers. So, which was making me think, at least towards the early 60s. Then we've got these old buttons. No markings on the inside. And they're not like jungle pants. These are like over pants. And they're not M65 pants either. Because I was like, oh, they're M65 pants. Because they've got these flat pockets. They're not M65 pants either. Because they're lightweight. And M65 pants are heavyweight. I was like, oh, maybe there's some like Korean War over pants. Like you wear them over your other pants. Because they have the buttons here to like, I don't know, maybe suspender buttons. So I don't know, Mike in Mexico, what are they? There's no markings anywhere, nothing in the pockets. They're in really good condition other than the standing there, big size. I mean, they're 100% over $100 pants. But what are they? And they even have like this little thing on the crotch like M65 pants have. But they're like a lightweight poplin, like Vietnam stuff. I don't know, it's really weird. And they have a drawstring waist. So if that helps, maybe you could tell me what those are. Here we have some 73. So there was like a short period in the early 70s where it was before they had no care tags, or no, sorry, after they had no care tags, but before they had care tags, they just printed it on the pocket. And your date is going to be, what is that, January, what comes after January? January, February, March, April 73. And they're like pretty big. They go past my nips. Bell bottoms. And they're like a cotton chambray. But they're stay pressed from the stay pressed line. But they're not like polyester. They might have a blend of polyester, but they feel like almost all cotton to me. Super big bell bottom. And they're white tabs, so they should be slim fit, but they're definitely not slim, really. But this probably measures like 13-inch leg opening. So they are a bell bottom. I thought those are cool. I'm keeping those ones. Pretty much any of the Levi's before like 75, I'm just gonna keep, I think, because I like them. This, I traded some stuff. Traded like the total value of the stuff I traded, I only paid $30 for. So essentially I paid $30 for them, which is pretty cool. I think they're a late 60s pair of white tabs. And white tabs aren't popular. Like, these don't sell for as much as you would hope. They're Big E. But white tab Big E did run later into the 70s on white tabs. On red tabs, it stopped in like 71. But they're sanforized, which makes me think 60s. They're dead stock, but there's no care tag, right? So they're going to be pre-71 or whatever. But there's also nothing stamped on the pockets, right? So I'm like, okay, they got to be pre-pocket too, so they'd be like 60s. And they're Big E sanforized. So I'm thinking 60 slim fits. Dead stock, pretty cool. Let me know if I'm wrong. And these are my favorite find of the year. Got these in the thrift for $10. I wanted to leave the tag on there, but girlfriend says that that's tacky. So I take the tag off of everything in my collection, but I put it in the pocket. Just so I can remember the good times. These fit me perfectly. They're a pair of between 1966 and 69 501s. But unfortunately, the previous owner cut off the Big E tab. They would have for sure been Big E. We know the date pretty much because of the V stitch here. They do have a Big E on here, but that's not the Big E you're looking for. This is from their El Paso factory, or their El Paso plant in Texas. Yeah. No care tag, no pocket stamp with the V stitch, and they have the nice lemon stitching. And they're single stitch. So you know that I think that's they started doing double stitch in the back pocket in like 78. And then the lemon stitch, I think, is like early 70s they stopped doing it. But you don't find that on everything. It's more you can find 60 stuff without lemon stitch. See how like this one's more of an orange stitch and this is more of a lemon color? Yeah. So this is my best find, but I'm not going to sell these. They're like perfect condition. Aside from, another reason I knew they were older is because like I have other 60s Levi's denim like jackets and stuff, and it wears the stitching wears out like this. They use shitty stitching back then. I know like people are like, oh, older is better, but a lot of their stitching just kind of loosens. And yeah, so definitely my favorite find of the year. I don't know if it's my best find, monetarily, but it's my favorite find. Oh, and they're selvage. And they fit perfectly. I don't know if I already said that. So, really, this whole video is just because I wanted to show my jeans. I just needed an excuse to show them. Thank you for watching. Like I said, if you follow me on Instagram, I'd like to have at least 1,000 Instagram followers. I'm posting on there every day, all these cool finds. So thank you for watching.